Binance founder CZ has just dropped a multi-billion-dollar bombshell, a totally free, totally addictive AI-powered learning platform for those in need. Let's check it out.
I'm spending like at least half of my time on Giggle Academy now. So it's basically a educational platform that's delivered digitally for people who don't have access to education. There's about 700 to 800 million adults who are illiterate, and 2/3 of them are women. And then on top of that, there's about, depending on which report you read, there's about 300 million to 500 million kids who don't go to school. So together we have like 1.2, 1.3 billion people who don't have access to education. And these are all in very poor parts of the world, etc. And when you look at the educational apps, educational projects, they're all in places where they are already education. So they're all supplementing the existing education system. I'm like, well, now I believe with the technologies we have today, with game developers, graphic designers, teachers, and AI, if we can combine them, we can make apps or tools that can deliver education to kids and to people who need them. And we don't need a teacher to deliver. Those areas, they don't have teachers. If we need to get teachers there, then it will take forever. So but now we can just deliver that digitally through a very interactive app. How many different ways are there to teach grade 1 math? If we can capture that and then put that in an app and then put AI in there and then have it being super interactive, being able to answer questions, the upfront investment may be high. You may take a few $1 million. I think the first course will take more, but the future courses, once we get the AI engine working, then $1 million per course, right? So 12 grades, 12 million, 30 subjects, that's 300 million, right? So let's give it a huge amount of buffer, $1 billion. I think we can create all the education material that needs to be in existence today. And plus languages, so we cover 500 languages, right? So then there'll be a bit more. But it takes like maximum, I think, a couple $1 billion to get all of this done. The US government spent each year $100 billion on education, right? So this is like a 2% of what the annual spend is. So I think with a very small amount of money, relatively speaking, we can provide education to kids who don't have access to it. We may actually be able to do better than the in-person delivery. There's a lot of limitations with the in-person delivery. In a classroom of 30 people, a smart kid are taught at the same rate as the lowest common denominator. If you're really good in math and bad in English, then well, you don't spend time on math anymore. You spend more time on English. So then you don't get the individualized teaching. Whereas through a platform, the platform can dynamically adjust the curriculum so that you jump through areas where you have strength. And then once we can collect a lot of this data, then we can put the kids into jobs very quickly, right? So kids from 8 years old can do AI tagging, and that's a decent paying job. My nephew, who's like 14 years old now, from 12 years old, he was managing a community of like 14,000 game players, like for a flight simulator, right? And then kids 16 years old can do customer support for Binance, like the basic stuff, what's the address, how to deposit, etc. And 15, 16-year-old, they can be game testers, they can be coders, etc. So I want to get kids jobs early. I'm not trying to get them university degrees or high school degrees. It's jobs. Right, and once we have the education data, we can help the employers to find them. Right, so this kid is like 90 percentile in math, and he's done this many projects. This other kid has high EQ, and he's volunteered to tutor younger kids through the platform, etc. So we can make this work for kids, get them jobs early, and then this will help their families, and then this will help their other siblings and their other families to get more educated. Then we can reach hopefully hundreds of millions or billions of kids or people around the world and give them free education.